Radio Bypass, bringing you rock and roll music that deserves to be heard. Discover new bands. Here's some old favorites on Radio Bypass.
Hey, Radio Bypass. We're back with another chat and another band for you to get to know. Some more rock and roll music that deserves to be heard. Today, we are joined by Gene Potts, lead singer of a band called Colossal Street Jam. How you doing, Gene? How's it going?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure, man. Good to have you on. I got turned on to the band fairly recently. The new single you guys have out right now, No Way to Live, awesome. I went back and listened to some of your previously released material as well since I got turned on to this song. Sounds great. I know you guys have been around for a little bit, but you're new to Radio Bypass for sure, and to me. So I was thinking, why don't you tell us about Colossal Street Jam?
All right. Well, the band started a long time ago. Three friends getting together and just starting a band, putting all the hard work in a garage. Went through everything every other band goes through, the ups and downs. But as of 2016, we really put a focus on getting the right unit together. And 2015, I should say. And we got our new drummer and our new Hammond organ player at that time. And now we've all been together for 7-8 years. And since then, we put out one full album, one EP, and about to release our third release. And that's going to come in January through Fretbar Records.
Excellent. And I assume No Way to Live will be on that record.
That's the title track of the record. Yeah, it'll be on there.
Yeah, awesome. So the album's going to be called No Way to Live for sure.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And we just released a video. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, go ahead.
We released a video last Friday for No Way to Live. And that's on YouTube right now on our channel. So it's got about 1,000 views already in 5 days. So it's getting some good reaction.
Excellent. Well, I'll have 1,001 when we're done talking because I'll go check it out. I always do the audio first before I ever do a video. I'm not big on the videos. I like knowing what a song, how it hits me and what it means to me without any visuals. Right. So I always start with the audio, but I'll check out the video.
Yes, thank you.
And I know I've added No Way to Live already to a previous music show. I do a music show every Saturday that's just playing new releases and a little bit of old stuff as well. And I loved it. I think I played it maybe 2 weeks ago or so. And I'll definitely add it to the end of our interview here today as well, so people can
appreciate that
again. Yeah, it's great. So I know you guys have the album's coming out in January, and I know you also have a date booked in New York in January. Right. So tell us about that. Where can people see if anybody in the New York area that's available to come out? When's that show? 19th?
Yep, January 19th in New York City at the Mercury Lounge. This will be our first time playing the Mercury Lounge. We've played New York a ton of times. The tri-state area mostly is where we're based out of our gigs. We're playing with our label mates to Fretbar Records in theory. We're excited about that. It's an early show. Doors open at 6. We're on at 6:30, hour set, and then in theory you'll jump on after us. Mercury Lounge does an early show, and then they do a late night show. So we have the early show, and then I believe we'll be in PA and Ohio right after that. So I'm waiting for those venues. We should have something confirmed and out within the next week or two.
Excellent. Yeah, because from what I heard of No Way to Live, I can kind of envision how it comes across live. You guys are a powerful band for sure. I mean, you captured energy in the recording, which isn't always easy.
Thank you. Yeah, we're definitely a live band. The name suits what we do. Colossal Street Jam. We turn our 5-minute songs; they could be 10 minutes by the time we're done with them. We have such great players in the band. I take myself out of the equation and I look back at the guys that I play with, and I'm thankful all the time. I have an unbelievable guitar player who also sings. He could be a lead singer, does all the harmonies. Killer guitar player, killer songwriter. He's the riff master for our band. He comes up with the ideas, brings them in, then we build everything. Bass player is solid as can be, great bass player. A Hammond organ player is insane. He's like, I call him a carnival. And we go everywhere with a Hammond B3, Leslie. It goes everywhere we go.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is he dragging around the Leslie? Because I'm suckers.
We drag it everywhere, and then except for Europe. But we've gone to Europe a couple times. We can't bring it across there, but we try to get stuff when we're over there. And then our drummer is he's the pro's pro. He's been around the block. He's a good arranger. He helps us get that all together. And I think as a unit, this is the best version of the band that we've ever had. And it's more like a family than a band at this point. And the songwriting and the recording has just been so easy compared to anything I've ever done or the band's ever done in the past.
Nice. And did you guys self-produce this record that's going to be coming out?
The record's done by Tony Lewis from High Voltage Music. He is the unofficial sixth member of the band. All the recordings that we have out, he has been our producer and engineer. And he is really one of the toughest engineers I've ever worked with. You will not find a bad note on anywhere on this record. You will not find a bad note on any of our records because Tony is such a perfectionist, and he's definitely hard on the vocalist. He really puts me through the ringer, but I appreciate it because I want it to be the best thing I can put out. So yeah,
Right.
he's unbelievable. And if there's anybody in the New Jersey, New York area that needs a producer, that's the guy, Tony Lewis.
Tony Lewis. Good to know. Good to know. I will keep that name filed away in here.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's good. Well, and it's good that you have that attitude because sometimes, you can bring a singer to tears when you're pushing them. Come on, man, you can do better.
he's not to tears, maybe to a little bit of anger, but no, we've definitely worked well together, and he does really get the best out of me. And I look forward to it when we get in the studio. I want him to beat me up because I want to push myself as well. I don't want the same thing on every single record,
Mm-hmm. And so this song, No Way to Live, it starts out, it's got a really heavy riff in the beginning. It's really cool. Is the whole record kind of similar to that, or do you have ballads? What else can we look forward to hearing?
It's the most diverse record we've ever done. So you've got your edgier tunes like No Way to Live. There's a song called Hey. There's a song called Seconds. And those songs are a little more edgier. We have a song called My Fight Alone, which is really a ballad, almost like a King's X type feel with drop D coming in the middle of the tune. There's an instrumental on the record for the first time that we've ever done. There's a Beatlesque tune on there. There's a good stomp your foot rock and roll tune on there. There's an R&B tune on there with a 5-piece horn section from the Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
We've got Lorenza Ponce. I don't know. Do you know who Lorenza is?
No.
She's the violin player for the Dixie Chicks and Sheryl Crow and Hall & Oates. She actually plays on the record. Anthony Kryzan from the Spin Doctors plays on one tune on the record. So we've got some guests, but it really is the most diverse thing that we've ever done.
That's awesome. Sounds like it'll be a great album. I can't wait to hear the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll get it to you as soon as I can.
Awesome. I look forward to that. Yeah, no, it's cool. And, I was looking at your bio and, you guys talk about how the band's kind of steeped in the 70s. And I definitely hear a lot of that. I hear some Faces. I hear some Ted Nugent. I hear a lot of those elements. Who are some of your top favorites? Like for you as a vocalist, who's like one of your top singers?
Yeah, Mark Farner, Grand Funk Railroad. That's
Really?
Mark. Yeah, Mark is my idol. My favorite singer. Paul Rodgers is right up there as well. Greg Allman. I go as far as the R&B side. I love Prince. I love D'Angelo, Terrence Trent D'Arby. But the guys that influenced me really in that 70s style, Mark is the king of the hill for me. And we were lucky enough to play with Mark right before COVID at the Cutting Room in New York City. We got to open up for him, and he was so kind to us and took a lot of pictures, and we had some really nice chats with him. He spent some time with us. It was really cool.
Yeah, he's been on this show before, and he is just one of. In fact, I just did another interview with another musician that's friends with Mark, and I had commented to him too. He's such a nice guy, Mark Farner.
Yeah. I have the best picture. I'm almost 6'4", and Mark's not really a tall guy,
Right.
but I'm holding his shoulders, like talking to him, and it looks like I'm just holding a rag doll. It's the funniest thing, but it's got to be one of my favorite pictures ever. It really is awesome, and that night, whenever I think about it, I just get chills because that was for me. We've opened up for so many bands, from Deep Purple to King's X to the Winery Dogs to Johnny Winter. We've played with so many people, but that night for me, personally, was probably one of my best and favorite.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. It's nice to hear somebody else recognizing what a nice guy Mark is too. That's cool.
And he still sings like he did in the old days. That voice is still there at 75.
Mm-hmm.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he is. I agree. I've listened to a lot of recent stuff from him, and it's yeah, you're right. It's right there where it should be, which is cool. And Paul Rogers that you mentioned too, his new record is phenomenal too.
Yeah, he doesn't get old at all.
No.
That voice is just that's like how Dio was. Dio had that really strong voice that just would never fail, and I think Paul Rogers he's right there. It's just so strong and so soulful, and so, oh my God, he's so good.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's interesting influence. I haven't had anybody ever answer with Mark Farter as one of their big ones as a singer. So that's very cool. Favorite Grand Funk song?
I've been asked that a lot lately. That's it's really hard to say. I always say Heartbreaker because I really love his vocal on that, especially on Caught in the Act. Alive. But you'd be surprised. I like some of I really love the early albums, the raw early, like, just gritty and dirty, like the Red album. But if you go on to, like even the stuff that Zappa produced for them, and I love the song Sally. His voice on that, I can't even sing it. Like I try to sing along with it, I'm like, I give up. I don't even know how he does it. So there's so many great Grand Funk Railroad songs and so many great vocal performances from Mark. It's hard to make a decision. I love their version of Inside Looking Out, Paranoid. There's just so many great songs. Yeah. And how can you go wrong with I'm Your Captain? But I think I really love Heartbreaker. I love the emotion in that, and I love his just the way he sings that song.
Well, good. You did better than me because I can't pick just one. So, well, that's cool. Well, what else should we know going back to Colossal Street Jam and No Way to Live and the record coming out in a little over a month? What else should we know about the band?
Come see us live. That's what I always say. Come see us live. I think if you like what you hear on record, and even if you don't like what you hear on record, come see the band live. It's an experience. I really do think people will enjoy it. If you like, a good 70s tune, if you like a jam band, if you like, vocals, harmonies, I think we have it all. And, great guitar player, great Hammond organ player, great rhythm section. Give it a try. We're called the new classic rock. So if you like classic rock, check out something new.
Right. Yeah. That does seem to be a movement now, the new wave of classic rock.
Yeah, there's some good bands out there.
Yeah, there is. No, that's great. I love it. And how often do you get to see somebody with a Hammond B3 anymore and a full Leslie?
Yeah, and that's not the only thing he brings out. So he's got other stuff he brings out as well. But it's pretty incredible. And sometimes we play venues that it just takes all of us to get it up on the stage, and but it's worth it. It's well worth it because that sound, you cannot touch that sound. You can't get it out of a keyboard. You can try, but you don't.
Right. No, that's for sure. You got to have that air movement that the Leslie has. And yeah. Well, that's awesome. And you guys have a website for Colossal Street Jam, and you're on all the social media. So guys, you can just look up Colossal Street Jam, and I'll post a link as well when we put this interview up. But check these guys out, and if you're in the New York area, and I see we have a lot of listeners there, go check these guys out because our friends in Theory are going to be with them as well. So you get two excellent bands for the price of one on January 19th. So check them out. And Gene, it's been great talking with you. I love what I've heard so far. I'm looking forward to a lot more from Colossal Street Jam.
Well, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for having us. And, people are giving us a shot, like you interviewing us and listening to the music. And that's, that means the world to us. So thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Absolutely. All right, guys, we'll stick around right now and let's crank up this tune that we just talked about, the title track from the upcoming album. Do we have an exact release date in January yet?
I do not yet,
Okay.
but it's
So coming up in
soon.
January. Check out the title track right now from Colossal Street Jam. Our thanks to Gene Potts for joining us. And turn up the volume, okay? Here it comes. No Way to Live, Colossal Street Jam.